lined up on the grid as they wait for the lights to go out. The revs are building. Let's go racing!
Everybody's doing a brand new dance now. Everybody's doing a brand new dance now. Everybody's doing a brand new dance
Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first ever, or the first 30-minute quali session here at Bathurst for our Super Enduro, the last round of the season where heroes are made and losers are losers. Quali should be starting up soon. In the comms booth with me today, I'm joined by the one, the only Pagani.
How are we, guys?
Mate, are we excited or what? This is the start of the build-up. This is where impressions are made.
Yep, the first session of the season. All eyes are on everyone here. Got some big names here. Who do you think's going to come out on top?
Ooh, Cloquet, mate. He's been class from what I've seen so far, and he's always a name to never ever count out.
Yeah, I can second that.
Disco Stew has surprised me. He's someone who has really got into wheel-to-wheel as of late, and seems like he's got the pace to challenge Cloquet for that top spot. I've seen certainly him and Cloquet around the 59s, which is a blistering lap time.
Alright, so no drivers aside, which car do you think is most suited for Mount Panorama?
Ooh, mate, there are a lot of good liveries. I mean, going through the field, there are just retro liveries galore, you know. It's for someone who very much enjoys liveries like myself, it is incredible seeing this much work gone into liveries.
Yeah, it's nice to see retro liveries come out for the final round.
Yes.
Shows off everyone's creativity.
Just a minor inconvenience with the red flag. A couple people joined late. Well, Ralph. Right. So we should be re-kicking off very shortly. Once everyone ticks in.
Yep, ready to go.
Here we go, we're getting back into it, ladies and gentlemen. Right, hopefully this one stays up. Otherwise, I'm sure, well, worst case scenario, you have to listen to my voice for a few extra minutes.
How lucky are we?
Oh, how lucky. Right, okay, I will admit I didn't answer my favourite livery. I shall go through the field and...
Yeah, let's start from the top. Let's start with Super Dragon.
Right.
Then we'll work our way down. We've got Super Dragon here. Yeah, an awesome blue Mercedes. With bits of
flames.
All over it.
He has that flame on, game on attitude, and he's here to just burn the opposition. He just...
No extremely special results out of this livery, but came 20th in the 2020 Bathurst 12 hours, so that's about all I got to offer. That's about what I expect in the wheel-to-wheel Super Enduro as well.
If you... look, take it from me. If you lose, at least do it in style.
Yep.
I mean, it's hard to be out of style with flames on your car, so.
Exactly.
So in second we've got Disco Stew, and he's in the a grey and purple Supra. Now I'm also in the Supra as well, but I won't be participating in this round. But having driven the Supra around for about half an hour around this track, it is quite a handful, this car, especially through the top and down to the bottom, through the elbow. It does like to be treated with respect.
Yep, and third we have Queensland Devil Racer in his famous Dick Johnson livery. Famous for just hitting stuff, really, whether that being an Armco and into a tree, or in this case, a rock.
Yeah, it must have been a Holden fan that threw that rock on the track, I would say. Because he was winning. He was convincingly winning the race at the time, so.
Yeah, no, it's an iconic car, and it's great to see a Dick Johnson livery on the track again.
Ford livery on a GM car too.
Controversial, but I think
The pitchforks are out now.
pitchforks are out. The staunch fans, but it is what it is.
Now in fourth we've got Cloakade, he was running a Mark Porter livery.
Yeah,
I said that correctly?
Yep, Mark Porter, who sadly lost his life at Bathurst in 2006, and to commemorate that livery, he has opted to run this livery, which I think looks clean and nice. I think it's not quite as iconic or as famous as the Dick Johnson livery, but I think it's a livery that has a lot of meaning to him and to a lot of people.
In fifth we have Oil in the Aston.
Again, another famous Dick Johnson livery.
A lot of dicks in his lobby.
A lot of dicks. This is based off of the Ford Sierra Cosworth that Dick Johnson ran, and he certainly cleaned up the series in these cars, so hopefully Oil can replicate that success and clean up the competition.
Now in sixth we've got Marchie Boy in the M6 GT3, and let's have a look at what livery he's running. You can get a good camera on that one.
Okay, can I just tell you, I am running the Wilson Security GRM, which is Gary Rogers Motorsport for Gar Tender, but I've made my own version of it by putting BMR logos, which is my individual race for Brendan March Racing, with the Wheel2Wheel logos and sponsors, and plus my sponsors from BMR as well, and plus the Wilson Security sponsors on the car as well. So, I mean, it looks fantastic, guys. I mean, seriously.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Alright, so we've got the first set of lap times coming in, and how it's looking right now. We've got Cloakade on top, as expected.
Disco Stew in behind. Oil behind that. You got Devil Racer, you got Dragon, Big Red Ralph, Marchie, Wrestler, Alpmons. So yeah, I think it's early days. People will be looking to really just set some banker lap times and kind of just warm up to it. We've got half an hour, so you can feel free to use it.
A lot of experimenting in the time that they've got.
Yeah.
A lot of brake price adjustments.
Right, I'm going to go and find the other liveries because, unfortunately for us, we were too slow.
Yep.
Set lap time, so they're out of order. I'll talk about Wrestler's livery. So this is a livery based off of the 2006, or 2006 onwards.
He's in 11th at the moment.
11th. From Rick Kelly. This is the nice one. Really, kinda, for a few years, running this livery, almost most famously, this sort of livery, hitting the wall up at McPhillamy and up at Skyline, and really just smacking a concrete wall, which is unfortunately a bit of a theme with some of these liveries. Ended up in severe crashes.
Hopefully the curse doesn't carry on.
Hopefully. We also got Just Kingston in 12th.
The Marlboro
Peter Brock livery from his
yeah, my
birth
bad.
year of 1983. So again, another iconic livery from the years at Bathurst, and certainly a Peter Brock livery certainly doesn't look out of place at the
Wrestlers
mountain.
off at the bottom.
And Cloquet is just sitting on the track, obviously looking for some clean air. Archie Boy with a 5-2 promotes him up the board. Archie Boy in 9th currently. Half a second off Kingston and 3/10 ahead of Alpamons. Think there are any surprises so far, Pagani, or is this kind of what you kind of expected in terms of
It's
the
kind of
form
what I
guide?
expected, but then again, it's hard to say because there's a lot of new names here for me. But you know, the people that I used to race with a few seasons ago are kind of where I'd expect them to be.
Yeah, these kind of quali sessions are a really good opportunity for some of these new guys to mix it with some of the guys who they wouldn't normally race with, and kind of just make a statement.
Yep.
Cloquet, who's become a lobby or top division regular, Oil, who's bouncing between top split and Div 2, and you get someone like Disco Stew, who hasn't really been in some of those top lobbies, but he's showing that he can pack a punch, and he can certainly mingle with the top lads.
Yeah, carrying on from what you said, you know, everyone want to show off what they're capable of. It's also good to show off for what could be next season's possible team owners. You know, it gives them a good idea of the type of racer they are.
Yes, especially when you've got people who are new, and it's easy for the experienced guys to be spotted because they're there, they've always been there. But for someone like Disco Stew, it's a great opportunity to say, pick me, pick me.
Yeah.
And you would imagine with a lot of people who have that kind of bank to start their all, to be a team owner next season, it's going to be the people like Disco Stew that you're like, ooh, I could have me some of that.
I think we've got Cloquet here in first, who's probably going to improve. I think he was 600th of a second coming down the hill. Yep, and he improves by 7/10.
Yeah, that leaves him now with a 2-minute .6, putting him 3.5 ahead of Disco Stew in second.
Now I think it's easy to say we could probably expect a sub 2-minute lap time around here, probably even a 1:59.5.
Possibly. It takes a very special lap to go out and do a 59. I've done a couple. I've seen Cloquet do a couple, and I've seen the regular boring quick guys do a few, your Apexes and
Dragons.
whatnot, and your Dragons. It was almost quite disappointingly just down in 5th. I expected better from the Dragon.
Oh, I didn't expect much more, to be honest. Kind
Yeah,
of
look,
surprised
the
it's not that
Dragon
far.
might have gotten brake checked coming into the chase by Cloquet on lap 2, so haven't really had a chance to settle in yet. I am about 3/4 of a second
Yeah,
up at the
3/4 of a
moment,
second
though.
up coming down the hill.
I've
through the
lost
chase.
my braking marker down in the chase, though. The 150
Oh,
is
someone's done the
Someone's done the
naughty.
Yeah.
And then that's the thing, you've got a 90-minute race, and all it takes is for one person to knock out a braking marker, and it's game. I remember season 4 racing, and someone had knocked the brake marker, the 150 brake markers, at the bottom of the hill, and it kind of actually got to the point where it's actually still in the perfect spot, but then someone knocked it again. You know, you can't rely on brake boards at this track, and sometimes it's better not, better. It's not always the brake marker, and
Yeah, he was up
Yep.
by 1/10 of a second after the first corner. If Cloquet improves, yep.
Ooh, 10.5,
Another
alright.
10th.
Navigating through Hell Corner, a little too much grass, but he's got that slip from Heartstopper who...
Give him all the suck he needs.
Oh, the suck. Might be held up here if Heartstopper doesn't move over, which
Oh, he's
might
0.1
happen.
down, which is kind of surprising.
Alright, through Griffins, he's even it up through third, into fourth,
Into the cutting
around to the cutting. Yeah, I think he's
backed off a little bit.
yeah, he's backed
Yeah.
off.
I think with this track you got to time your slipstream perfectly.
Yeah.
Let's look at someone fast. So we'll skip past Dragon. Probably Oil or Disco.
Oiley's coming into the chase now. Cool, alright. Navigating Murray's. Hopes to
Very
get
simple corner
really
to
nice.
get wrong. There you go. Jinx it.
As you can see, commentator's curse. Alright,
Made the best one so far.
through Hell Corner. He gets a little bit of the curb. He narrows it off nicely and gets on the power. You want to get on the power really early. It's a sector you can do okay at, or you can do really bad at. He's half a tenth down.
Slightly.
That shouldn't deter you. There's a lot of lap to be had here. He's back up to the cutting. Scene of Cloquet's pulling out. Pull out game strong apparently.
I don't know about that, considering Cloquet has their name from their two kids' names combined.
That's true. Right. There we go, over McPhilmy. McPhilmy. Down Skyline, into the dipper. He's 3/10 up. Here we go, it's massive. That's why it shows you can't ever give up after the first sector, and with a gap to first being 4.5 tenths, he's certainly on to really shoot up the leaderboard.
He'll be right on the heels of Disco and Cloquet here if he does well.
Yeah. Alright.
Disco
Down
improved with
Conrod, a time for you to stretch the legs, stretch the fingers, and just get ready. Well, he's dropped a bit of time, which you'd be upset about, but he's still...
Someone's taken up the braking marker.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's
there's
pulled it
Tesla.
up nicely though. Alright. Into Murray's. Just misses the curb, which is good. A little bit of the curb on the outside. Gasses it up to the line. Improves 1.2 tenths.
Very nice solid lap there from Oily.
Right, in the meantime, Disco Stew improved his lap time. He's now sitting on a 2-minute .589, putting him mere inches away from Cloquet's time. Certainly gonna... It's enough to make Cloquet sweat, and hopefully, as he's coming down the line, I don't know if he's actually up or not. Just, he might be up. We'll pretend he is up. A little bit of a wiggle under braking. Oh, and he improves by 1/2 tenth. Well done. 2-minute .517 from Cloquet. Right, is anyone else up on it?
Yeah, we haven't talked about Big Red Ralph in 12th.
Yes.
In the Dorito machine.
Yep. Running the Mosquito. And that is his own special advantage, is anybody who has the misfortune of being near him has to listen to that insufferable engine.
Yep. Putting your own engine on that thing.
Oh, there have been talks over the seasons for people in my team asking, is this a good car? I shoot it down immediately. I wouldn't be able to handle that engine for a season. But Big Red Ralph has made the plunge, and another retro livery. Obviously, I think based off of an RX-7.
I think it is.
I think, if I remember my retro liveries channel knowledge.
This is the Stuyvesant one, isn't it? Peter Stuyvesant.
You'd know it better than us.
I think
We'll go
it's
with that.
by Peter McLeod. I think.
If it's the Peter Stuyvesant one, it'd be Alan Moffat's.
Right. I don't have his card open, so apologies
Here we go.
to the...
1983 touring car. Driven by
yes.
Peter McLeod, yep.
Yeah, RX-7. So apologies to the audience for missing that retro livery. Also, Urgent PD and his Penrite Erebus Aston Martin, based off of the Erebus livery from a couple seasons ago, I think. I want to say. Don't quote me, ladies and gentlemen. Also, I haven't seen the YouTube analytics, but I'm guessing mainly gentlemen. Yes, from the 2018 season. This was the infamous cramp year. So hopefully for Urgent PD, he breaks the curse on it and he gets through the hour-and-a-half enduro injury-free.
Gotta say, there's been some great form out of Disco Stew here. Probably the person to improve on their lap the most here as we wind through the qualifying session.
We have also missed Cloquet improving his time again. He's razor thin on that 59 with a 2:0.010.
You have to back out here behind Marchie boy.
I don't think we've jumped on Just Kingstonette and KPL Heartstopper.
Let's go to Kingston then. He's coming through McPhillany, up to Skyline now.
Makes the plunge very easy to make a mistake into there, going too deep and smacking the wall, as many real drivers have done.
Yep, got to tiptoe the car down through the mountain.
Oh yeah, down into Forest Elbow.
A little bit wide, yeah.
Kept it off the wall, and I think that's the biggest thing I think for people doing this track, is keep it off the wall. It's better you're a little slow and keep it off the wall than just smacking the wall, because it will catch up with you. Should also mention that Kingston is in a M mark, which is difficult to traverse the mountain. I saw Adam V10 running it earlier, and he kind of a few tenths off maybe what he wanted to be. I think it's a handful of a card coming down the mountain, and I think just Kingston it's given a bit of jangle, and hopefully he can get where he wants to in terms of quality performance.
Maybe we can get a hot lap run down. We drag him when he does his next lap.
Yep.
I'm happy to talk you through a lap here. I've just sent it into the sand at McPhillamy, so get a bit of a mental reset going as I have a very long Conrod straight to
think about what you've done.
Yeah, pretty much. Clipped a little bit of the inside wall, pushing for the lap time. So, coming to that a bit hot too. It's alright. Lap hasn't started yet. Alrighty, so we're taking second through Murray's here, trying to get a good exit, use that curb to kind of stop the car from drifting out wide. Looking for about 75 metres for Hell Corner here, down into second gear. Wait for the little bump in the middle of the road before getting on the power. You want to use as much as the curb on the exit as you possibly can as well to maximise your run down Mountain Straight here. want to stick it to the very far left side of the track and look for the exit road on the left-hand side after the 100 meter board here. Trail brake it in, a little wide of the apex there, but got on the power nice and early all the way through the corner. Want to get on the brakes right as you come through the kink here to keep the car nice and settled. Down into second, tuck it nice and tight through the cutting. Careful under power up the hill, sometimes the Merc does like to swap ends there. Bit of a half lift coming up through here, just to keep the car stable. Going to be doing the same through the downhill section here. Just to keep the car stable enough, lifting off before the bump at McPhillamy to keep the front end of the car grounded all the way out to the curbing. Holding about half brake all the way down through Skyline here. Down through the dipper, had to hold my breath there, I thought I was going to bin that. Up into fourth, want to drop back down to second through Forest Elbow as we come in, maximise the exit onto Conrod, and then
That was a nice run.
take a second to get a breather. We'll see how we're doing as we come through the timing board for the end of Sector 3 here. Merc does not like that uphill bit. We're down by a fair bit actually, so it's a bit of a bugger, but would be looking for about 130 metres here. I'm just kind of guessing at this point now that the 150 board's gone. Boarded in nicely enough, and we approach Murray's and brake just after the 100 metre board for about the 80. And on the power nice and early again. Devils just had a really nice improvement as well. They're jumping up into third.
Yeah.
While we were also on board for Dragon's Hot Lap, Clockade has cracked the 59s with a 1:59.856. A rather quick lap time, and certainly a lap time that'll be sending shivers down the spine of fellow Division 1 racers.
Yeah, and I think he's lining up another one now. He's pulled off just after the chase. I didn't go behind Marchie. No. We went for a bit of clean air. I think this is one of those tracks where clean air is probably not as beneficial as you may think it is, especially coming up through the hill.
It's one of those tracks that there's one line for a lot of it, and if there's someone who gets in your way, especially when you are on a fast lap, it does infuriate you. And for someone like Clockade, he's here looking to guarantee enough clean air that he can smash out with 6 minutes left. Probably wants to be doing a handful of laps uninfringed. And as you can see here, he's tucked in behind Disco Stew, and he's obviously looking like to just grab a bit of slip, get a bit of suck along, and if he can get all the cards right, he might improve his lap time even further, which would be scary. One other topic, with 5.5 minutes ago, I feel like we should have a GT7 feature rundown. I have one on my list. Did you know, coming to GT7, you can transfer your decals and liveries from GT Sport to GT7?
No way.
That's big news there.
It really is.
Massive.
You've got to know someone on the inside at PD to have that information handy, so...
It's breaking news.
He knows all the connections.
And it's just, it's incredible, you know, like I wish someone had told me about it earlier. That's quite alright.
Well, at least now the community should hopefully know that you'll be able to import your decals and liveries across from GT Sport to GT7.
Exactly. Remember, GT Sport to GT7. Decals and liveries.
Another thing that will be coming with you as you transport yourself over to GT7 will be your driver rating, which
Yes.
I've heard some different opinions on. What are your guys' opinion on your driver rating following you through?
I'd like to leave mine in the past, thank you very much.
For me personally, I managed to get myself to an A+. I managed to...
Working system is.
Exactly, and I would very much like to keep my rating alive, otherwise I fear that I might not be able to get it back. So, that's what you get for an A+ is what you get for grinding Bathurst against the pesky Japs.
Alright, some big improvements coming through while we're on that topic as well.
Disco Stew.
Disco Stew with a 2-minute .351. He's chewing away at that lap time from Cloquet, so he's certainly one to improve. Cloquet again.
Urgent and LP Armin's improvement as well.
I think Cloquet's lining up another one.
Yeah, behind Devil Racer.
Right, so I'll run through the times of the field currently. So we have in current provisional pole position, we have Cloquet with a 1-minute 59.856. In second, we have Disco Stew with a 2-minute .351. We also have in third Queensland Devil Racer with a 2-minute .870. In fourth, we have Oil with a 2-minute .912. In fifth, we have Dragon with a 2-minute 1.098. In sixth, we have Just Kingstonit with a 2-minute 1.823. In seventh, we have Alpmons with a 2-minute 2.062. In eighth, fractionally behind, we have KPL Heartstopper with a 2-minute 2.188. In ninth, we have Urgent PD with a 2-minute 2.516. In 10th, we have Marchy Boy with a 2-minute 3.016. 11th, Big Red Ralph with a 2-minute 4.807. And in 12th, we have Wrestler with a 2-minute 4.844, fractionally behind Big Red Ralph. As we come with the last 2 minutes, is there anyone you're predicting will have a last minute flurry of time, or?
I don't think the paces will change too much. I think we've seen what everyone's capable of, but Oil and Devil Racer, they're very close to each other, only by 4/100. So I think if Oil puts a good one down, maybe finds a bit of clean air, he might snatch the last spot on the podium.
Well, unfortunately, at the moment, he's stuck behind Devil Racer. Oh, no, he's actually letting him past. Devil Racer.
The last corner.
Well, you still improved in lap time, Dragon, so that puts you into third.
Yeah, I lost about 3/10 in that last corner, unfortunately, but I'll take that. A little bit of slipstream assistance from Oily down Mountain Straight and Devil down Conrod, and I managed to jump both of them with it, so...
Always helps.
With the race coming, with the last round of the race, do you think there'll be any last-minute position changes on the leaderboard, or like teams or drivers?
Ooh, that's a good question. There is certainly in the teams championship and drivers championship, there are a lot of battles still yet to be unresolved. And I think for a Super Enduro, with the amount of points on offer, it is really a great opportunity for someone who is looking to either punch up and nab a spot or two, or for a team to nab a spot or two. It's really not over until the fat lady sings.
Yep, from second to fourth on the team leaderboard, it's still pretty close.
Oh, it's razor thin. I think there's certainly no, well, unless you're Rusties, in which you manage to walk to the title. Every other team can't afford a slip up. They need to really get in their best work, otherwise there is a chance that a team or two can jump them. Right, so as we round things out, there are a few people still left on lap times. A few people done. Disco Stew is done. Big Red Ralph is done. Heartstopper is done.
Let's go with Cloquet, see if he improves.
Okay, just pulled out of it.
Off. See what Dragon can do.
Dragon with not an improvement.
Second
Devil
down.
Racer with not an improvement. Oil with not an improvement.
Who do we still have racing?
A bunch of guys over the hill, and a few
We got
people
a
coming
ninth.
down Conrod now.
Urgent PD.
Yes, he'll be next along the line. Comes out of the, setting the chase, coming into
Murray's.
Murray's. There we go. Oh, and he improves by
an improvement and the jump.
6/10 of a second.
Woo. Went from 9th to 7th. That was a very good last lap.
He'll be rather
Crucial.
pleased with that. Marchy boy crosses line. Unfortunately, no
Doesn't
improve.
No improvement, boys. Sorry, I was pushing so hard there.
No. Oh yeah, sorry.
Wrestler with a small improvement.
Wrestler with improvement.
We'll do the last few driving now. Let's go to 6. Just Kingston it.
Just Kingston it. Oh, he's
Exiting Murray's,
broke
running a
too
little
much,
wide.
Too much of the curb there. Unfortunately, doesn't improve. And Alpamon's the final driver to cross the line with a no improvement. So that rounds out our... Actually, no, I do stand corrected. Big Red Ralph is, I think, still on a lap.
Is he? No, he's not.
Yes, he's driving slowly, but
okay.
he's... It would appear as though he's having a bit of fun with it, I guess. Enjoy the sights and sounds of Bathurst while he's at it.
There's some close times there for 3rd, 4th, and 5th. They're separated by not much, and 7th and 8th are very close.
Yeah.
Yes. 3rd to 5th separated by about half a tenth, which in racing terms it's hard to visualise, but that is nothing. It really is nothing.
Yeah, in a race where that's 90 minutes long, it doesn't really that much.
And I think there was about 6 thousandths between either 6th and 7th or 7th and 8th there.
I think
Yeah,
that was
after,
Urgent PD and Alpmons, with Urgent PD coming in with that late time improvement. Certainly just squeezes up there in 7th. I think he'll be happy with that. I think jumping a few guys at the line. I might have wanted to have done the time a bit earlier. It's good to at least jump them in the end.
Dragon got a jump there.
Yeah.
It's nice when we don't have to watch an MR car. But now we get to watch the speed of the Jag in a drag race with the Mercedes here, and it's a pretty safe bet on the Jag here.
Right. So, okay, coming up just to cover off Dragon.
One thing
Back
that'll be
in
nice
6.
come race day is not having to worry about the transition from no tyre wear to tyre wear like this.
Yes, the difference between no tyre wear and tyre wear is great, and I think with a 43 lap race it's going to be really interesting to see how drivers attack the strategy, whether you look to do a 2-stop or a 3-stop. Really depends on who you are, what you're driving, and how much confidence you have in your teammates.
Oh, I've gone.
Oh, I followed you.
Oh, it's
So-
chaos.
Two fins around.
All over the place.
So, a big misconception with these long-form endurance races is that qualifying doesn't matter. It does. It's one of those things that while your actual position on track isn't that influential, it's more of it's a statement. You're telling everyone else in your lobby, for like a cloquet, it's like, I can do a sub 2 minute in quali, and you can bet your house that I can smash it out in race settings as well. And it certainly keeps you away from some of the chaos in the opening laps, as you are seeing here with some of the drivers on track at the moment.
Right, Dragon's gone to go build some sandcastles.
Well, Dragon decided to see if he could straight line the chase. he learnt that you can't.
It's a little different from doing it in the MX-5 in Corona Cup.
Speaking of Corona Cup, big ups to my boy Z.
Yep, the return of ZD coming to a screen near you.
And rear end near you in Corona Cup. Speaking of Corona Cup, feel free to join. It's fun racing, it really is. And to the ladies and gentlemen, I would not advise doing what Dragon just did.
Dragon wouldn't advise it either.
Bit of a reality check there.
Bit of Clockade with the trifecta and that final race, or that race there. So that concludes our first 30-minute Super Enduro quali session for Wheel to Wheel. We hope that people... Go ahead, Marchie.
Yeah, thanks for hosting there, Dragon. Thanks for that. Thanks for the session, mate.
No problem, mate.
Thank you very much, and I will see you another time for Wheel to Wheel and for Sundays. And good luck to everyone on Sunday for the Batters. Go hard, boys.
Yeah, and
Go hard or go home.
should be back with our second quali session of the week at 5 PM Sydney time tomorrow afternoon.
Yep. Then on Friday it's 7 to and an 8:30 one, 8 o'clock.
Yep,
And
8
then
o'clock.
on Saturday there's a 7:30 and a 9.
Yep, so lots of action here, guys, for qualifying. A lot of big names still yet to put down a lap time. A lot of action still yet to be seen.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And for those who aren't in the Discord, feel free to join. I'm sure there will be at some point a link being shown, so feel free to join so you can hear more of my beautiful voice. And Pagani's.
Oh, don't push your luck.
Thanks, boys. I'm out. Thanks, guys. See us.
Cheers, Marchie. Thanks,
See you,
everybody.
boys. Thanks, boys. Good luck.